Hey everybody, it's Christy, and I want to welcome you to my 2 Cent Tuesday, where I pick a topic and I give you my 2 cents on it. Now first, let me say, I don't do these off-site very often, but it is a very full day today, so I had to take the opportunity where I could. So I at least try to pick a nice spot that's a good environment behind me. Now, so today's topic, I chose comparing. Now let me just first say, we do this naturally. It happens to us all the time. We are comparing ourselves with others. In business, I need to be able to compare where I am with where I've been and how I fit within the marketplace and how I stack up against my competitors. There is a place for comparing what we do to what other people do and how we kind of measure that. What are the benchmarks for it? Where I don't like comparing is whenever I internalize it. And so I'm kind of preaching to myself today on this one. Don't internalize the comparing process, because what happens is then I get wrapped into this whole I'm not good enough aspect because somebody else has it better than me. They're at a different place in their storyline than I am. My beginning of the chapter, because I had to start a brand new book in January. So my beginning, I end up comparing myself to some of my colleagues who are already 3 years ahead of me. I'm running behind on these things. There's no reason to be comparing. My story is not your story. Don't compare. It is not apples to apples. So first of all, it robs me of a level of happiness. That comparison is a thief of joy. It definitely is when we internalize it and take it personal. I like using comparison as a benchmark for a greater level of success. Where do I want to be? But that's for me in my own lane. So when I'm driving, I like to stay in my lane. You stay in your lane. We can drive together, but don't be crossing into my lane. Don't compare, Christy, to other people in the world. It's a wasted effort. So when I internalize, it just robs me of the freedom to be happy with myself and where I am and how far I actually have come and how amazing I really can be as a person. I'm not perfect, but there are some really cool things I got going on. I shouldn't be comparing myself to anybody who has families, like kids and grandkids at this point. Hate to admit that. But there's things that I'm not going to have in my life that you have in yours. I cannot wrap myself up into internalizing what I don't have in comparison to you, because I have other things that you're not going to have in comparison to me. Our stories are different. So I encourage you, if you get wrapped up into it like I end up doing sometimes and end up emotionally shutting down for a while, remind yourself, we're not in the same story. My story is different than your story. Don't take it personal. Don't internalize. Look at the good things you have going on and where you want to go. Not because somebody else has it, but because of where you want to go. And yeah, I'm kind of preaching to myself on that. And that's my 2 cents.